Hello everybody, welcome to a new episode about using FreeCAD 1.0 to generate G-code for your CNC. In this video I'm going to show you how to make 3D carvings, how to use the 3D surface operation in the CAM workbench. As you can see, I have a file loaded here. It's an STL file, something that I have downloaded from the internet, and let's assume I have to make the toolpath and to mill this on the CNC. How am I going to do it in FreeCAD? Let me just delete this first. Before moving on, I want to thank everybody that's supporting me, be it by subscribing to my YouTube channel, by liking, commenting on my videos, or the ones that support me financially through my Patreon page. You can see here I have several types of subscriptions, so feel free to choose the one that suits you the best. Or if you want to support me through a just one-time thing, you can go to the shop section, and here you will have a one-time big thanks, a $10 big thanks, and a $3 thank you. So let's go back to FreeCAD. I have a new document here, an empty document. I have deleted the STL that I already imported. I will go to File, select Import, and here I have my file Seahorse. Click on the Open button, and I have this object which is a mesh. I cannot use this for the CAM workbench, so the first thing that I need to do is transform it to something that can be understood by FreeCAD in the CAM workbench. So I will go to the part workbench, select from the menu create shape. After selecting the shape, of course, go to the part menu, select create shape from mesh. I will leave the SU shape unchecked and click OK. If you have some problems with the mesh, checking the SU shape might sometimes solve the issues, but generally it doesn't. So if you have problems with the mesh, try to solve them in another program. As you can see, everything is okay here. I have my shape object here. I can now hide the mesh, and even though it looks kind of weird, I can take a closer look and see that all these faces are actually coplanar. So I can select the object, and let's go to the CAM workbench to generate the G-code for making the milling on the CNC. So with the object selected, click on this button which is Job to create a new CAM job. It will have the object automatically checked. If it isn't checked, make sure to check it. This is something pretty weird, but ignore it, it will work okay. As you can see, the object is stated as 2D, but it will take it into account as a 3D object, so go ahead and click OK. And after quite a long time to create the job, longer than usual because it's a complex object, I have the standard job edit dialog. I will go to the tools menu, click on the add to add a toolbit, and I will use a 0.79mm ball and toolbit. Click on the open button. Let's give it some speeds, because if we don't set some speeds, nothing will work. My machine accepts a top speed for such projects of 3500mm per minute, and with a spindle speed of 18,500 RPM. I can now press tab or select the default tool from the list and click on the remove button. One more thing that I need to do is go to the default values and set the horizontal and vertical rapid speeds. These represent the speed that the CNC uses when not cutting. This is important to have the correct total time calculated. Let's go to the setup tab. I will have to change the origin. Select the lower left corner and click on set origin. Depending on the setup of the machine, you might want the origin here, here, or in any other spot. Now that I have the origin correctly placed for the way I work on my machine, I can close the job edit dialog, click on the OK button. It takes a pretty long time for closing or opening a window, but that is because of the complexity of the object. And here comes the tricky part where most of us have gave up using the 3D surface operation. That is creating the actual toolpath, which used to take a lot of time, maybe hours, sometimes maybe the computer froze. So you want to avoid that, freezing those many hours for computing the toolpath. How to set the 3D surface operation in order to get fast and pretty good results. There are two tricks that I'm using, and I'm going to show you a third trick for a different scenario. But for this scenario, when I have an STL imported, I have two tricks that are essential to get a toolpath very fast. So go to the job, click on it, and here I have the geometry tolerance. The default value is 0.000, a lot of zeros, depending on the number of decimals you've set up for your FreeCAD environment. Well, let's change it. I will use a value of 0.01. It's a pretty decent resolution, but it will decrease the computation time a lot. Now After changing this, click somewhere else and select the job again. Let's go to the 3D surface button. If you don't see it here, sometimes you might have the 3D pocket button depending on which of them you have used last, so click on the little arrow and you will find 3D surface here. The second trick that is very important to get the results fast is the bounding box. Don't use the default base bound box, instead of that use stock. Now I can leave all the settings just as they are, but I will change the step over. 100% is too big, I will use a 50% step over. The first time I've tried to mill this model in FreeCAD, after around 1.5 or 2 hours I gave up. I force closed FreeCAD and moved to Blender, milled it in Blender. You can see the video about milling this model in Blender on my channel. Now I'm back with the same model and I want to show you how to get great results in just a fraction of a minute. So changing the step over, changing the bounding box, and for the job changing the geometry tolerance. Now let's click OK, and after just 22 seconds I have the toolpath generated for this model, which is 30 centimeters by 20 centimeters if I remember correctly. You can see that I have all these lines, all these toolpath lines going all over the model. But one thing that I don't like is the total operation time, which is 57 minutes. This is another trick that I'm going to show you. Depending on the toolbit that you have, you might get great results, or if you don't get good enough results with your toolbit, go back to the line strategy. But there's a very cool feature in the surface operation, and let's double click on the operation and let's change the cut pattern from line to zigzag. Now click OK. It will take again around 20 seconds, and in the end you will see a totally different approach. It will not use just conventional or climb cut, it will use a combination of those two, but it will get the job ready in a much smaller time. As you can see, I have now the toolpath generated. It goes from left to right, and instead of raising the cutter head and moving back to the start, it will cut the next line using a conventional cut, then move again using a climb cut, and so on. So let's go to the job and scroll down to the time. From 58 minutes I now have a cycle time of 32 minutes. So when to use this strategy? I tend to use it almost all the time if the material is proper for such a combination of cuts, if the toolbit is sharp enough, if the step over is low enough in order to get good results. If I don't get good results using this strategy, I move on to the standard strategy, to the line strategy, which gets perfect results all the time. As complicated as it was before to get a proper 3D surface operation, well, at least for me, I'm sure there are a lot of other people that don't know that the default geometry tolerance in the job will simply mess up any calculation in the surface and the 3D surface operation. Using a geometry tolerance of 0.01 will increase the speed a lot of times. Now, one more thing that I want to show you. If you set up a 3D surface operation and you have some rugged surface, you don't have all the details as you want, double click on the operation and change the sample interval from 1 millimeter to, let's say, 0.1 millimeters. Of course, this will increase the calculation time, but will result in a much better final shape. You can see here that these lines are shifted with exactly that sample interval. So let's click on the OK button and see how much it takes and what is the difference compared to the initial calculation with a sample interval of 1 millimeter. Instead of 16.9 seconds, I now have a operation time of 31.68 seconds. Well, not an operation time, but the time that it took to calculate the operation. As you can see, the lines are much smoother, everything is much smoother. This is a compromise that you sometimes might want to make to change the sample interval. It will take a little bit longer to calculate all the toolpaths, but the result will be much better. And now I can honestly say that even though for quite a while and in a lot of my other videos I've told you that the 3D surface operation is simply not usable, well, I have discovered the way you can use it and get pretty good results and very fast. Sorry for saying all of that about the 3D surface operation. I'm not even sure if these options were there in FreeCAD 0.21, but they are there in FreeCAD 1.0. You have to change them manually. They are not there by default, but knowing how to change them will make you able to mill almost anything, almost any job with a 3D surface operation in about no time. So remember, it's about changing the geometry tolerance for the job. This is the most important thing. Then in the 3D surface operation details, changing the bounding box from the default base bound box to stock. And now I will change it to base bound box. As you can see here, it took me 31.68 seconds to compute the 3D surface with a stock bounding box. Now let's try the base bound box and make a comparison to see what is the difference between the two of them. And this is a project that doesn't take a lot of time. If you have some compound object with a lot of features entirely made in FreeCAD, the time for calculating the toolpath using the base bound box will be much higher than using stock. Still computing, I'm getting kind of bored, and if it will not be ready in 1 or 2 minutes, I will have to force close the program. I will have to force close FreeCAD in order to be able to continue the video. But let's wait a little bit longer. So more than 10 minutes have passed. FreeCAD is still computing. I'm going to force close it because it simply takes too much time and I won't get the result in time. I won't get the result that I want as fast as I want. This is what I was talking about. This is why I gave up many times in using the 3D surface in FreeCAD and moved to Blender. I'm glad I found a way to do things in FreeCAD, and I can say that I'm pretty glad that it didn't work as it should before, because that made me find out about Blender CAM, which now is called FabEX CNC, which is also a great tool. If you ask me, FreeCAD and Blender with the FabEX CNC Add-on are complementary. Both of them are very good tools for making G-code for the CNC. And of course they are open source, which means you don't have to pay anything to use them, even if you use them commercially. This is one of the most important things if you ask me. Of course there are a lot of other things about the 3D surface operation, but these are the most important things, the one that you need to know in order to be able to generate a toolpath in a decent amount of time. I hope this video helps you in solving all the issues you had with the 3D surface operation. Thank you for watching and see you next time.